I'm Patrick Bailey with IQList. Today is May 10th, 2022, and in this video I'm going to talk about 3D printing choking hazards. Okay, so here it is. This is based on the design parameters they give the Consumer Product Safety Commission. I hope I'm saying that right, but we'll go over that in a minute here. But the idea is this is a choke tester, a toy choking tester. I'm going to say that wrong. That I guess they use in the industry to see if toys are safe to use for kids under 3. So I would not be printing toys for little kids anyway, because 3D prints, they're not manufactured, they're not tested, they can break apart. So I would be very careful about what you give little kids. But also, to help you out, you could be a little more careful by doing a few tests to kind of make sure you're being a little more okay. And also you can look this up and do interesting stuff. If you're a person who wants to design toys, I'm not a person like that who wants to design toys for little kids under 3, you probably need to go look up all the safeties and rules and regulations. It might be fine to 3D print test, for your test, but then after that you might need to go get something better. And I don't know that industry, so don't quote me on anything. This is just something I printed based on the specs. So to help see it, that's a cut in half, and I put the cut in half version up there so you can see. And the idea is you drop something in here, and if nothing's exposed over the top, that means something could be swallowed by a 3-year-old or under. And little kids, they stick stuff in their mouths. So it might be something nice to print out just to test some things if you want to be careful. So I got all these little pieces. I even got this thing that I printed recently, and it looks like it would be pretty big, but look, it just barely crests over the top. So that could be it, this is sitting on my desk. Now I have no little kids up around my house. My kids are growing up, and I don't have any little kids around right now, but it may be something. I've got doors on my office that I probably want to close my doors before any little kids come over, because there is some stuff around. But something like this is okay by this test. I'm not saying it's okay because pieces could break apart. But also interesting, I just printed a little whistle here just today. A little ring whistle, it's pretty cool. But you don't think about these things. You might hand this out to little kids, but little kids, that's a choking hazard, Not to mention it could break. So you got to think about those things before you start handing those out. I'm not going to tell you what to do because this is not my specialty, but I did post this up there for people to download. So now let's go look at some of the rules and regulations and what I actually did. Okay, this should be a pretty quick wrap up. So I'll put the URLs in the show notes, but here's the site where I posted this on Printables. You can go download and use it. And also here's the site where I got the information from. It's the Consumer Product Safety Commission. And you can start reading more in depth on what they say, but I just got the dimensions here. So here you can see it's 31.7 millimeters across in diameter. And you can see on one side here it's 57.1 millimeters down and 25.4 millimeters otherwise. And I did it all in OpenSCAD, so it's pretty easy and simple to make. You can make one yourself. But also there might be some people who, I don't know, be careful about this because you want to be official. I think it's fine to go print one out for yourself and fiddle with it and kind of use it and make sure your product, what you have around you is safer and keep it out of the hands of kids. However, if you're someone who's actually testing toys officially, you might, and this is not my area of expertise, so I don't know, you might want to go, you might have to get one officially licensed that's documented to be proven. And this is not documented to be proven. In fact, some fool could download this and increase the size and make it completely wrong or shrink it, and it would be wrong. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So, but also it might be, if you're as a teaching tool, maybe you have to get official ones, but you could print out the one slit in half. And the one slit in half, you can show people and train people this is what's happening so they can see visually what's going on. Anyway, just an interesting thing. But let's go over some of the numbers here. So this thing took 2 hours and 20 minutes to print. It took 2.3 cents with electricity, and it weighs 0.016 kilograms, and at $20 per kilogram comes out to 32 cents. So all in, 34 cents. A really cheap little tiny thing to make. And it might give you some insight to what you have around you. And you might, if you got little kids, be careful, keep these little pieces away. Even keep big pieces away. Like I got some, I got a little skeleton, T-Rex thing I'm working on, and a little kid could break those teeth off. So just because it's big does not necessarily mean it's safe. And I'm sure there's lots of rules and regulations. So keep your 3D prints safe and away from little kids because there's some dangers. Anyway, so With that, let's wrap this up with a reminder that 3D printing is an engineering adventure that you're on. You can develop your skills and knowledge and take this in so many ways. You can make a business out of this, you can teach others, and you can make some amazing designs. So design it, engineer it, and try to keep it safe. I just got the threaded T-Rex skull printed out, and it seems to be working. I have a little bit more to go, but I do have a version 1.0 of a new stand for it. I think a new T-Rex display will be a big winner at the homeschool conference I have coming up in about a month.